Welcome, Aquarius. Aquarius rising, and those with their moons in Aquarius. By the way, I'm one of you. I am an Aquarius sun, so I always get excited when I get to the Aquarius forecast. So, we're talking about Scorpio season, and this had already started on October 22nd and it lasts until November 21st. And so the Scorpio sun has been going through our 10th house of career fame recognition. So I'm going to say for November, it's going to be pretty sweet. And I have noticed some career upgrades myself. In fact, I've niched into, working as the business intuitive now, not just the general psychic, but the business psychic and things like that. And doing my as an Aquarius myself, which as a sun in Aquarius person, that has a lot to do with career, by the way. But you know all of us are kinds of Aquarius, whether you're an Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, or Aquarius sun, there's something special about being recognized, being at the top of the chart, right? The 10th house, and lots of career changes for sure. And if you don't have a career because, let's say, you're retired or something like that, well, it just means the difference you make on the world, the legacy you're going to leave behind, or you're just, if anything, Aquarius, you're just much more popular. So something's changing in there. If you are an Aquarius that is looking for a career change, like a job change, this is a good time to do that, or to get a promotion in your current organization. So it's very good, but very good if you own your own business. So I'm excited. All right, let's talk some more. So we're going to be talking about our astrology, and we're going to be talking and pulling some of our cards, the power of eight, and some guest tarot. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining and watching and spending time with me. My name is Trina, and I'm your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. So let's talk about Scorpio season. So most of November. Okay. So we talked about the career thing. Now, we do get the full moon on November 5th. Write this down. We got the full moon in Taurus, which it likes being there. So this is a good vibe for everybody, but it's hitting our fourth house of home and family. So something's being highlighted at our house, okay, or with our parents. It could be because the full moon can bring an ending of sorts, like a culmination. It's like you've ended the procedures for selling or buying a property. You have uh, finally ended moving in. You recently moved into a place and you're finally got all your stuff organized. I mean, you never know what it could be. Everybody's chart's different, right? So this is just a general thing that something is being highlighted, being illuminated by the full moon, and it's at its fruition. It's at its almost like a completion stage as well. It's at the height of its energy on the full moon, and so that happens with your in your house, your home and family, something like that. So that looks interesting indeed. And like I said, it could be different for everybody. It could be something to do too with your parents. Maybe they need your help more, or maybe they're aging. I mean, I'm 47, so my parents are aging, and things like that. I mean, but it has to do with the home, family, and real estate. It could be too because the career and the home, same line, 10 and 4. It could be that you want to start a home business, or that you've been doing a home business, but now you want to go back and work um out in the field, right? Like out there, out of the house. Could be that. Or in my case, it is changing my business, which is a home business, and changing it, going a different direction a little bit, or niching in and doing different things now. So it can mean a lot of things, right? But you get that themes, right? So let's move on. Okay. And Mars, the go-go juice planet, the Apollo, the fiery, let's get things done planet. Mars is moving into Sagittarius on November 5th. Mark this down. This is in your 11th house of the people. You're really fired up here starting November 5th with new organizations, new people in some way, new high vibe networks, perhaps, Aquarius. So that's really cool for sure. I like it. And now we also have Mercury in Libra for most of November in our ninth house of beyond the pond, new cultures. These new people, I think, are really, foreign and maybe grew up differently than you. But there's also an energy with Mercury, the thinking planet, the messenger planet, in that ninth house where you could be publishing something, publishing new things for your business, let's say, whether that's a lead magnet or a course or whatever. It could be publishing. If you don't have a business, it would be something like publishing your new music or your new art or your new book or something like that, right? And getting a publisher, who knows, but it could be so many things. But there's a lot of vibe about making new contracts and commitments with in new things like that, you know um really expanding the mind. Some of you may be actually hosting a course, teaching a course, being the teacher now, being the guru, being this is a big time for Aquarians, especially if you own your own business, to be a leader in your field. Big brand awareness and big expert, like being the expert. Okay, Aquarius. So that's really cool indeed. Now, Venus, the planet of love and money and all the goddess things that we love and chocolates and wine. Right? Okay, well, she's moving into Scorpio on November 7th. And that is highlighting our 10th house too. So new money, new people, new interesting things, transformational products for your people in your career. Just so much career stuff here going on for sure. And can be a famous, like if maybe a TikTok thing goes, that's been because I told you Scorpio season happened October 22nd, and already I'm seeing some weird stuff happening with my TikTok. Like I've never had 100,000 views before on a video. Like, oh my God. Like weird famous things have been happening to me. And so you may be noticing that too in little ways, or just like you're more popular or something. It's strange. I'm just going for it. I'm going with the flow. I'm riding this wave. And when all the trollers or a-holes say anything, whatever, you can always press delete. If it hurts your feelings that much, just delete it. That's what the delete button's for. So don't let it get you down. Also, if people unsubscribe from your list, that's a good thing, because that means that you're on a different way that right? And don't get butthurt or upset if somebody unsubscribes from your list, okay, Aquarius, because that's going to happen too. And that's okay, because it's making room for the new people that resonate with you now in your business, okay? Just putting it out there, because there's a lot of attention with us with that Pluto direct in Aquarius for the next 18 years, okay? And so we've been already feeling this transformation since last year, but it's really being highlighted and activated in November, the Pluto. So this is in our first house of our identity, our self, and so either people like you or they don't. You're not everybody's cup of tea, Aquarius, but you're somebody's caramel macchiato. I like to say that because it's true. We can't please everybody, but only the people that vibe with us, right? Not everybody likes me, and I don't care, right? And so that's what I'm saying here. There's a lot of power coming behind us here and rising up into something pretty special. So you got to learn how to work with that power, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. Make sure you get a lot of rest. Shut off the internet. Do not disturb is my best friend on my phone lately, from a certain hours, 2 hours, from 12 till 3. No, I don't take calls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like having some kind of do not disturb period is very good as well, and not feeling like you have to answer every little text, every little email, and this and that either, right? Scheduling and things like that. So, speaking of scheduling and things like that, I wanted to look at what Saturn's doing in our chart, because Saturn is our ruling planet in traditional astrology, and that's what I practice, traditional whole house astrology. Now, Saturn's our ruling planet. What's Saturn doing? Okay, it's retrograde in Pisces. That's in our second house of money and finances. This is all about us re-looking at our finance, re-looking at our income streams, re-looking at our logs, or your analytics. If you own your own business, doing the analytics, looking at the like analyzing who's going and who's buying and who's this and that. And if you own your own business, if you don't own your own business, it would be like reviewing your finances. What are you spending on that you don't need anymore? Are you still, I'm just making stuff up here, but let's say Are you still subscribing to that Netflix account and you never watch Netflix anymore? Or satellite or whatever. What are you spending money on that's just poof disappearing for no reason when it could be going into some kind of investment or investment in yourself, personal development, or a, a brick of gold? Okay, looking at the finances and budget and that's what Saturn retrograde in Pisces in our second house of money is doing. It's also looking at our self-worth, looking at, like, we're starting to feel like, wow, I've been undercharging for too long. I need to do this, I need to do that when it comes to money and worth and value and what's valuable and your time is the most valuable, is precious. How could we reduce the time wasted? No more of this charging per the hour thing, right? And thinking of things in a different way and reviewing. That's what Saturn and Pisces retrograde is asking us to do in November. Okay, second house of money. So that's cool. And then I also want to still look at Uranus, even though that's not our traditional ruler. I still want to look at it. So if that's in our fourth house, Uranus is moving into Taurus in on November 8th. And so this is in our fourth house of home and family. There could be some big changes on November 8th when it comes to sudden, unexpected changes in the house or with your parents, something fourth house related. So it could be a real estate thing, it could be an unexpected flood or at your house, or the roof, or it could be an unexpected person comes along and says, I want to buy your house. It could be, it's usually Uranus brings some kind of unexpected flavor. But if it's a home business you have, like me, Uranus brings technology. And so something new with a new piece of technology could be in the works as well for Aquarius as well, those with their own business from home, for example. So look out for that. It should be interesting. And astrologers can never predict what Uranus is going to do quite exactly, because Uranus is very weird and rebellious and likes to surprise you and likes to shake it up a bit. So we'll see what happens. But that's starting on November 8th, Uranus and Taurus for a bit there. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Aquarius, now it's time for the cards. All right, so we're going to choose from our decks the Power of Eight, Chakra Lenormand, and Chakra Oracle. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you're interested. All right, so let's pull some cards. We'll pull from the Lenormand for Aquarius in November 1st. All right, not three times. Let's see what's for Aquarius. Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. Not surprised I got the job card, the Fox card. And we're talking about the 10th house of career, job. And check it out. This is the job card. And we've got some power. We've got some bear paw power here. This is money stuff too. And I'm going to reiterate that Saturn in retrograde in Pisces wants us to look at the finances and things like that. But there is new power happening for Aquarians in the career and soulpreneur market there. Okay, so, and I told you that we have a lot of power and it's hard to wield that power, so use it wisely and don't be afraid of it, because everybody's looking at Aquarius right now for the next 18 years, really. But right now in November in particular, Pluto is being activated. Pluto in Aquarius is being activated as well. That's our first house of the identity. That's like, just you, Aquarius, have changed, have evolved, and it's a turning point for us. I'm hoping it's a wealthy turning point. I want to make my first $1 million in my family. I want to be the person that makes the first $1 million in my family. That's what I really, really want. And I know it's not all about the money, but that's my goal. I love doing but I want to make the $1 million doing what I love to do, which is this stuff: astrology, metaphysics, and transforming people and helping them rise into their superpowers and all that stuff that I love to do, right? And it's so exciting, and I can feel the power behind it. And that, life is meant to be fun and exciting. And so we have that power of the bear with the Fox card as well. And the Fox can be quite strategic as well. So being strategic in your business, in your career, in your life, and working on all the things that need to be done, all the responsibilities, especially when it comes to finances And so there's just a lot of energetic power as well, energy healing, transforming people, transforming ourselves. So there's just a lot of energy there. So that's so cool. Now, let's pull a card from the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle for a little big brother, big sister vibe. This is for Aquarius in November, Scorpio season. Whoops, too many cards fell out. I know, we got to get too excited, getting too excited, but I am just vibing lately on the energy. I love it. Okay, and here we go. I've got two. The pieces fit together. I love that, right? The pieces are starting to fit together for us Aquarians. Isn't that nice? Okay, the kaleidoscope, okay, is now making the beautiful picture, and now we see it all together. So that's looking really fine. The pieces are coming together, and the chakra right in the middle there. Nice alignment. That could be our keyword that we keep in our brain. Alignment. And we also got this one, the light blue throat chakra. I express my truth. Not being afraid to be in your power, not being afraid to share your transformational stories and all the things and share and get it out. I express myself, I express my truth. People need you, Aquarius, to help them out and to, you can share some of your excitement and power to them and they can rise up too. We're better together, aren't we? So we lift each other up, right? Isn't that exciting? And Aquarius is a very humanitarian. We like people from afar, but you know what I mean. We do like people and humanity, and we want everybody to be happy and satisfied in life and happy. So that's cool. All right. If you like that reading, Aquarius, come see me for more at www.themoontree.org. Thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe and all the things, by the way. And I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. I'll see you in the next one, Aquarius. Ooh, exciting. Have a good November.